Copper Kettle Farms. I'm Crystal.
And I'm Donald.
And we just had a fire.
Yes, we did.
Last night in the house. And I'll show some video of it after this. But what were we doing? We were sitting here getting ready to watch a movie.
I think we were watching it.
We started watching a movie.
Yeah.
And we heard this loud pop.
First we smelled a type of burning.
Yeah, which we thought was the wood stove.
But we have a wood stove right here. So we thought it was that, but it was an unusual smell, but I was like, well, maybe it's something just caught.
Yeah, something on the wood stove.
Then we heard the pop, pop, pop.
And it sounded like it was right outside the wall here. Outside.
Like fireworks.
Yeah. So luckily Donald thought, well, let me go downstairs, make sure nothing crazy is going on. And then what did you see?
I saw fire on the electrical panel.
Like all across the top, apparently. I thought it was just like a little bit of fire, but no.
Yeah, when she came down, she saw like that much on fire.
Yeah.
But when I came down, it was like that much was on fire.
Yeah. So, luckily it kind of went out on its own.
With me.
Were you really?
Yeah.
That's funny. I ran around and grabbed all the fire extinguishers we have. Only one of them had any, what do you call them, charges?
Only one had charge.
Only one had charge, but luckily it went out on its own. We think it was the, 220? I don't know anything.
I don't even want to, we don't know what it was.
Yeah. But we're theorizing it could be something to do with the dryer, because the dryer was running last night.
The dryer and the furnace together.
Yeah. So now we have a plethora of burnt wire and a whole lot of humiliation on how we can better prepare for something like this, like having more than one fire extinguisher that works.
Well, more than one fire extinguisher charged for the type of fire we needed.
Yeah, well, the one we had did do electricity, which was good.
But the other one I grabbed did not do electricity.
Right.
So that was that's one thing we need to bone up on, is which fire extinguisher do we need for which one? Where is it at? Is it charged?
Yeah. And so we're going to get the other ones looked at and recharged or whatever. And then apparently we don't have any smoke alarms that work in this house. And we don't have a carbon monoxide detector, which I knew about. I actually have a weird lung thing today because of all the smoke that came out of the basement last night. It could be like a form of smoke inhalation. But, I mean, I feel mostly fine. It's just a little bit of cough and scratchiness in the throat. So, yeah, we are learning some lessons. We learned a lot of humility. And we believe we have an electrician that might stop by today. My cousin is an electrician, so we'll see. But, yeah, at least the house is still here. We're not going to run the dryer or the furnace anymore until we get this fixed. But let's go ahead and show you what all of this looks like.
Before we do, important side note. If you move into a house that did a lot of do-it-yourself or had a lot of do-it-yourself stuff, don't automatically assume they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, this house was put together in the most bizarre way.
Kind of like a patchwork way.
It's a Frankenstein house. Like, it's even part of it's an addition, but the plumbing and like the well pump sits on like concrete floor in the basement. It's like a 17-foot well. I mean, everything is just wrong. It's all wrong.
And we're learning the what is the word I'm looking for?
I don't know what word you're trying to look for.
Not side effects, consequences.
Yeah. The
consequences of people doing it, having it done themselves without knowing what they're doing.
Yeah, like we understand DIY, especially in the homesteading community, is a big thing. But this type of DIY
research
could have potentially been devastating. Right now, until we get the electricity fixed, I'm not comfortable having anybody not home. So we have to figure out schedules so someone's always here. And that way Court's not here by himself and then something happened. So it's going to be a little bit of a pain until we can get this fixed. But it could have been a lot worse. So let's show you what we dealt with last night. So here you can kind of see where everything from here over was on fire last night. I mean, it wasn't a huge flame, but it was fire, and it was on the electrical box, so it was scary. And our theory is that it's the dryer, the 220? I don't know anything about electricity. I mean, this isn't an ideal setup anyway. This is the full setup. You can kind of see it's janky in this old house. So this is a new goal for 2020, is to get all of this switched to an actual electrical box. One that's theoretically insulated. Look, I've even got the glass fuses over here for something. I don't want to touch anything, or I'll show you what was in there. I want to say in there are the tube fuses, I think. And these are the, what do you call these, the glass penny fuses? Court, you're not supposed to be down here. That's where most of the damage was last night. Flames were mostly on this side. You can kind of see the soot from the fire. Luckily, it did not catch the floor on fire. Sorry about all the spider webs. I don't dust down here. So we were very lucky, because it could have caught this whole area on fire. But it was a loud boom, and then Donald came down. He saw the flames just kind of bubbling up from the electrical wires, which is not a good thing. It looks like the dishwasher has its own thing. Why is this so weird? Look at this. And these labels aren't all correct. There's no air conditioner. It's making noise. So maybe I'll just back away a little bit. Although I think I know where that goes. So it's not labeled right in the first place. What is this? Is that exposed wire going to this? What is that? What? Why? You can see wire here. Looks exposed. So, if anybody knows of an electrician in the South Central PA area that's willing to tackle this at a reasonable cost, obviously I want to pay for people's skill set, then please let me know, because right now I'm afraid to run anything. I mean, obviously we're running a couple things still, but you know, who's to know when any of this other stuff blows up? And it needs to be done soon, because I don't want to leave anybody at the house alone. Or not alone. I don't want to leave the house empty at any time. So someone's always going to have to be here until this is fixed. So there we go. So another thing I just realized, that now that Donald's left for work, is that it looks like because we weren't able to run any heat and we're saving our electricity and stuff, we may have also lost all of our seeds that we planted earlier this month. Which, it's still early, so it's not like we're not going to have a garden, but it sucks that we're starting from scratch again. So part of what we're going to do, or what we're going to have to do, is we're going to have to replant everything. Everything we planted has to start over. All my Brussels sprouts and cabbages, and at least it's still February. At least it's not like April losing everything. So more loss, but it's fixable.